Hey everybody, welcome back to Recordology. Today, we are going to be giving a salute to the Great White Way. That's right, Broadway. And we'll be talking about how sometimes we collect a record collection without even realizing we've done it. You're not going to want to miss this.
Come out tonight, can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
Welcome to Recordology.
Okay guys, back in the day, when you went to see a show like this, it's not like you were going to see it multiple times in all likelihood, even if you loved it. So how could you remember it? How could you especially remember those songs that you heard if you were seeing a musical? Well, a recorded soundtrack to that show was the way to do that at an affordable price. And so we have this industry of Broadway recordings on vinyl records. So this is Brigadoon. Again, I'm not going to go into every one of these shows in specific detail, but I wanted to show you these records. This one is super nice. It's still wrapped partially in plastic. It's a Columbia release featuring 360 sound. Let me get a zoomed in on this. I love all of the little details. We always talk about the little marketing bits, and just awesome. And just a really, really cool record. So this is a Shirley Jones, Jack Cassidy record from the show Brigadoon. Electronically rechanneled for stereo. And as you know, people have mixed feelings over that. There's also compilation albums, and this is one of them. And a record that you've seen at least once on this show before. In that case, it was the filthiest, dirtiest record that I've ever owned, but we cleaned it up pretty good. But this is kind of a cool record, because looking past the grime and mold and stuff, it's got like a book in the middle with all kinds of cool stuff, about the production and pictures. And this is super, super neat. So after you've seen a show, think how cool it would be to come home and to be able to read about it, to see pictures, and of course, to listen to the music. This record, I can tell, was really cool when it came out because it's still got some of the glossy coating that was on it. Just a super cool packaging. Let me see the record. We had cleaned this up pretty good. Another Columbia. So Columbia, it must have been kind of their deal in terms of Broadway releases and things like that. Sometimes those shows would cross over into movies. This is one that has done that. As you know, My Fair Lady, the movie. But this is actually the soundtrack to My Fair Lady, the play or the musical. Again, a Columbia release, so it probably has that same label. It's got Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews. Now, this is a little bit of trivia for those Disney fans out there. You may or may not know this, but she was actually playing this part when Disney approached her about playing Mary Poppins. And she was kind of upset that she didn't get the role in the film version. Took the Mary Poppins role as a secondary choice, which is funny because it ends up being the character-defining, role for her career, Mary Poppins. But this is a great show. Look at that, it's the same label. That is so funny. I didn't even plan that, you guys. I had no idea they were all going to be Columbia. So far, anyway, they're all Columbia. Okay, moving right along to another Julie Andrews production. She was really into and really appreciative of Broadway and of theater. This is Camelot, a wonderful, wonderful show. This, again, I'm going to zoom in here so we can see these great graphics on here. Stereo, 360 sound. I'm guessing this is Columbia. Let's see. Yep, it's Columbia again. Original Broadway cast. There's some art on this record. Seems to be in really good condition. I honestly have not taken a close look at this yet. But on the back, you've got the listing of the songs. You've got some information about the show. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. So it has like a bag. I kind of like these bags that are rounded on the back. This one's good. You can see the rainbow sheen right through the wrapper. Another Columbia 360 record. Ooh, this one is in great shape, you guys. Super cool. 360 sound. Really cool. Perhaps a precursor to surround sound? I don't know. Here is a compilation album of sorts. This is a Cole Porter collection. Can and Kiss Me Kate. This one is a little bit different. Pretty interesting. I'm not sure what label this is. Interesting how this says compatible fidelity design. Unigroove system. So again, a lot of the marketing to these records would tout different, sort of proprietary-ish sound benefits, 360 sound, immersive sound or whatever. But in actuality, you could play any of these records for the most part on any record player. This one is kind of advertising the opposite, that yes, you can play this record on any system. If there was any barrier, but can you imagine, oh, this is cool, we got a different label finally. But could you imagine, like, you want a record, but you're not going to get it because you don't like the type of surround sound or type of sound system they use? I don't think that would stop anybody from getting, oh, it's my favorite album. Oh, I don't like 360 sound, not my favorite, not going to get it. Cool label there, you guys, really, really cool. Design compatible fidelity, plays stereo or monophonic. And that holds true today as well. Obviously, you can play stereo or mono records, assuming they're micro groove, on any modern record player. Moving right along, Porgy and Bess, George Gershwin, great show, and really cool cover art here. And flipping it over on the back, we've got some advertisements for other recordings. And again, more dialogue about the technology behind these recordings. And again, that was really a big deal back in the day. They really wanted to tout that recording technology, whatever that was, whatever kind of, gimmick, as it were, that they were featuring. This one is dusty and dirty and needs to be cleaned, but it's that same cool record style as that one. And finally, in my collection, I've got Mame, the hit songs from Mame, which is really cool. This is Diplomat record label, which is not something you see all the time, but super cool. On the back there, this must have been sort of like a budget label, I'm guessing. Tell me if you know down below in the comments. Product, listen to this, or look at this. This is super cool. A product of Synthetic Plastics Company, Newark, New Jersey. That is so cool. Send for a complete catalog, Diplomat Records. Look at all of this. It looks like somebody rubbed the record with a brush or a towel or something too hard and scratched the heck out of it there. It's dusty. The grooves actually look like they're in pretty good condition. Diplomat. Now I wonder if they press their own stuff. They really like to say made by Synthetic Plastics Company. Interesting angle when it comes to making records, focusing on the material. Anyway, there you go, guys. This little Broadway record collection that I've amassed. I may have some Broadway on 45s as well, but I haven't had a chance to look through that. So maybe that's a show for another day. All right, guys, let me know if you have any Broadway or what you think of these records, or tell me more about them that I may not know myself. All right, guys, and there it is, a salute to Broadway. Have you ever amassed a collection of a certain kind of records or a certain artist's records and wondered, how in the world did I get all these? Tell me about it down in the comments below. Hope you guys are having a great summer, guys. Happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.
Now you can follow Recordology on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us at Recordology1938 today. Make sure to subscribe to both Instagram and Twitter because we will feature unique content on each platform. Happy record hunting now on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm not very good at this.
Neither am I.
Okay, what can we lose?
Thank you for watching Recordology Deluxe. Don't forget to subscribe and watch our midweek show Recordology Express on Wednesdays.